Welcome to my Bake Escape. Are you looking for a treat that'll help you stay cool during this hot summer? I've got the perfect recipe for you. What I'm sharing with you today is a recipe for my ice cream cookie sandwiches. Be sure to check out the full recipe at my website, mybakeescape.com. Follow me on Instagram. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. All right, to get started, you're going to make a batch of your favorite cookies. For this recipe, I made oatmeal cookies. And what you're going to do is after they come out of the oven, you're going to let them sit on the cookie sheet for about a minute or two. And while they're still warm, this is really important, while they're still warm, you're going to use a cookie cutter to cut the edges away. And I like to use a cookie cutter because it ensures that each cookie is the same size and they're pretty uniform in shape. Once you cut the edges away, let the cookies sit on the cookie sheet and cool completely. While the cookies are cooling, you're going to go ahead and melt some chocolate. This is optional, you do not need to do this, but I like to add chocolate. So to melt chocolate, I add a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips to a glass bowl, and then I add 1 teaspoon of coconut oil to the chocolate chips. And I went ahead and put this in the microwave for 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, I started to mix the chocolate chips together, and you'll see that as I continue to mix, they really start to melt. I like to use a glass bowl like this to melt chocolate because the glass retains heat. So if you just continue to mix and mix, you'll see that the chocolate will continue to melt. This was about a minute of mixing, and I saw that there were still some lumps, so I went ahead and placed this back in the microwave for another 10 to 15 seconds. After 10 to 15 seconds in the microwave, I went ahead and mixed the chocolate again, and you'll see that it really did make a difference. Just those few more seconds in the microwave, the chocolate is nice and melted. I did notice that it was a little thick, so I wanted to thin it out slightly, so I added another half teaspoon of coconut oil. Mix that in, and then it was the perfect consistency. You can use this chocolate for dipping fruits like strawberries or any other types of treats like marshmallows. It's a really great, simple way to melt chocolate, and you can use it for a variety of uses. All right, now that the chocolate is melted and the cookies are cooled, it's time to coat the cookies in the chocolate. So I'm only going to coat one side of the cookie, and I'm going to do not the flat side, but the outer side of the cookie. I place the cookie in the bowl, kind of wiggle the cookie around a little bit to remove some of the excess chocolate. And in this instance, I went ahead and scraped the cookie on the side of the bowl, and there you go. This can get a little messy, but the good thing is that this chocolate does clean up pretty easily, so don't worry too much about the mess. You can even have your little ones help you with this process. The chocolate is definitely not hot. It is perfect temperature. You won't burn your hands if, the chocolate gets on your fingers. So it is a nice little activity to do with little ones if they want to help. Once all of the cookies have been dipped in the chocolate, I took a mini spatula and kind of just looked to see where there were a little bit of lumps or uneven parts of chocolate and spread it out a little bit. And now that they are dipped, I'm going to go ahead and place this entire sheet pan in the freezer for about 10 to 15 minutes so the chocolate can set. While the cookies are chilling, I went ahead and worked on the ice cream. You could technically scoop a scoop of ice cream in between the cookies, sandwich it together, and it would be fine. However, a scoop of ice cream may lead to uneven spots in your cookie, or you could even break your cookie if the ice cream's too hard. So what I like to do is scoop out my ice cream, let it sit in a bowl for about 2 to 3 minutes until it starts to kind of get warm, a little soft. And then I use a mini spatula to just really work the ice cream, mix it together until it is a smooth, creamy consistency. This will help spread that ice cream evenly in between the cookies. So after a few minutes of mixing this ice cream, it's starting to melt, and then you'll see that it turned into this really nice smooth consistency. It's not soupy, it's just a smooth ice cream consistency, like a soft serve. I pulled the cookies out of the freezer. As you can see, they have chilled nicely. The chocolate is completely set. So then I go ahead and scoop a nice scoop of ice cream on top of each cookie. Once the ice cream is on the cookie, I go ahead and place the other cookie on top of the ice cream and very gently and slowly press down on that top cookie, just trying to make sure that the ice cream is spread evenly in between those two cookies. Once the ice cream has been sandwiched between the cookies, I took a mini spatula to just scrape the edges, pushing ice cream back into the cookie if there was, some parts that had less ice cream than the other. And then I placed these back in the freezer for about an hour. After an hour, I checked to see. It looked like the ice cream had been set, but when I went to cut it, it definitely was not ready and it kind of smushed out everywhere. So I wrapped these up in some plastic wrap and placed them in the freezer for another 2 hours. So after 3 hours total in the freezer, they were set, and these are frozen. The ice cream is frozen and the cookies are frozen, so it will be a little challenging to cut them, but if you're patient and careful and a little bit of muscle, you can get through it. And this is what it looks like on the inside. Look at how beautiful that looks. Perfect even layer of ice cream in between those two delicious cookies, and the combination of the oatmeal with the chocolate and the vanilla ice cream is incredible. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment below if you try this recipe. Thank you so much for watching, and have a sweet day.